It has been quite the journey. The year started with looking for a new director, and we found him in Jori Hermsen. And we started with the idea of having four options for plays, and pretty early we decided on Een Soort Hades, which ended up being what we did. Um, it's been an amazing journey. It's been a show that's a lot longer than any show I've done before. Well, I guess not counting the one musical that I was in. Um, was it like 7 years ago or something? 7, 8 years ago. But that's not something I like played a big part in. I just had this minor part, I guess. But this is something big. Like we all had approximately equal importance in like our roles. So that was a very interesting concept to the idea to the show as well, which I found interesting and fun. Everyone had their own thing. Everyone had. I don't want to say um, a lot of lines because some of the characters didn't. Especially one of them. One of them has like two lines. Yet her storyline is big, even though like she has only two lines. So yeah, it's been a great adventure, and today it was the final show. So it's it's over. I remember like less than a week ago, I believe after the rehearsal on Tuesday, I was talking to one of the other actors, and I was saying that would I be able to? I just take a week vacation if I'd have like magic powers. I'd give myself a week off because I wasn't feeling too well. Not necessarily that I was feeling sick or ill, but like the lines, some of my lines, just I couldn't do it. I didn't have them in my head, and just I didn't feel right about it. I just wanted to take a week off and then keep going, but I couldn't because we had rehearsals on Wednesday and the show on Thursday. In the rehearsal on Wednesday, we had like a full show for like 6 people as a test audience. Um, which are all volunteers of the theater that we normally play in. So, but after that, even though like there were little mistakes here and there from different people, I felt really, really good after that show, and then I just kept that energy going. I hadn't ever since that time. I hadn't even looked at my lines. I just knew them, and it worked well. Pretty sure on one of the shows I like forgot one line, but for the rest I knew all my lines. So I'm very happy that that worked out. For some reason, that works. Like I get nervous and like things don't go well, but as soon as like catch that feeling, it just works. And even when I don't know my lines, I'm able to like make it with the others. I was able to do some certain things scenes really good, like everyone did, and I get some really nice reactions from people. I can finally talk about things. Um, yeah. Gay sex hotline. Can't say I've done that before. I was the guy on the other end doing the. So, how are you? You wanna have some fun? And like, I was that guy, and it was the gay sex hotline. That was a very fun scene to do. That was so fun. Yeah, my brother loved the scene. Yeah, at the same time hated the scene, so he's probably gonna like beat me up for like 3 weeks for that. Ah, that was so fun. I was the doctor. I don't have much of my costume left, just these glasses. That reminds me, pretty sure I got these glasses from someone tomorrow. I'm pretty sure after the show today, I returned everything to like everything to people they belong to. But pretty sure these glasses still belong to someone. I don't remember who though. Might have to ask. But yeah, show's over. Stuff is done. Um, it's been fun. Like a few days ago, I was like, oh, we still have this entire journey in front of us because we still had like 4 shows. 4 shows is done soon, and now the entire adventure's over. Just cleaning up. I made a lot of backstage photos, like ever since the first Friday that we were there, which was 1.5 weeks ago. I made a lot of backstage photos. Last 2 days, not too much, because I was trying to record part of the show, like for specific from like the back actually, which doesn't show too much of the scenes, but I wanted to have one specific scene at the very end where, well, I can say it now, where one of our actors, she's like an angel, and she jumps off a piano, dies. She pretty much commits suicide. And that jump, I wanted to catch the jump. Because you can't really see that from the audience because there's things blocking your view. The only way you could really see it is from the back. Like, which was the only part like without audience there. Like you had audience on the right, on the left, and like on the front, not in the back. So I want to catch that jump. Yesterday didn't work because I didn't have enough battery. I started with a little more battery today, so I hope it worked. After the show, I was out of battery because the camera wasn't running anymore. I haven't actually plugged it into the recharger yet, so I don't know how far it went. But I hope I got the jump. I really hope, because that'll be a nice angle for like the summary. So it was a great adventure with everyone. I hope to see many of them again. I will see most of them again on the barbecue in a month. I hope our director Yori will join us again for another year, and I know many of us agree that we've had a very fun year with him. He's a very fun guy to work with. I got along with him like immediately when we like first met, like during the first rehearsal that he was at. It's been an amazing journey. I love working with him, and I'd love to do it again next year. But chances are I'll like be like on a university course to become a primary school teacher then. But I'll see if I still have the time to do it. I'm gonna do another year. I'd love to. It's going to be amazing. So yeah, then the show is over. The Japanese ended 2 weeks ago on the 12th. Math exam was on the 20th. Technically, I still have something regarding math exams still to do, although that's like July. So that's over there. So Japanese is over. Math's almost sort of over. Theater is over. And especially theater suddenly brings me to a lot more time. There's a couple of video games that I've just not been able to play much. So now I have a list of 4 video games that I haven't been able to complete yet that I really want to complete. South Park Stick of Truth. I've never gotten past the final tutorial battle. Bravely Default. I am still in Chapter 3. Because I played it at a really slow pace. I was also playing like Pokemon Y and Pokemon X Nuzlocke and all those stuff like together. But I'm like, I really want to enjoy the story and get really into the story and not like forget everything because I haven't played for a few weeks. So probably in like the next week, 2 weeks, I'm just gonna have certain days where I just play a certain video game a lot on the same day. Bravely Default will be the first one. South Park is another one. Final Fantasy IV, which is a game I hadn't played in like I guess 2 months. The last time I played it was just before I got Bravely Default. Before that, it was like a year and a half ago. I never completely finished. I got into the final dungeon where like the enemy sort of overpowered me. Ever since like last 2 months ago, I trained sort of. So I just want to train, do the final boss, and like officially complete that game. And I got a new game recently, a few days ago, that I knew I wouldn't be able to play immediately, but I did want to play. And so I'm going to do that after Bravely Default. Probably before South Park, though, and Final Fantasy. So the second game. Kirby Triple Deluxe. Picked that up last week somewhere. So yeah, I'm going to go do that. And tomorrow's cleanup day, I guess, at the theater, or theater at the greenhouse where we did our shows. I can't really be there for the most part because of my something I have to do for university to see if I get accepted or not. So yeah, I hope so. That'll be really good. It's something I'm really excited for to do, to become a primary school teacher. So yeah, man, that's stuff. Things are going through my mind, and yeah, blah blah. Damn. I'm gonna miss these people, but I already said that a couple times, also in previous videos. It's like such an amazing journey. You work toward it so much, especially with you. We did a lot of extra rehearsals, except for like a few rehearsals at the beginning and one after Christmas. We always went overtime with the rehearsals because we were just working so hard and so much. And I didn't really mind it because we got a lot of stuff done. And we had to, because the show wasn't the normal about like 1 hour, just over 1 hour. This show, excluding break, was about 2 hours 45 minutes, including break just over 3 hours approximately. So we had to get more work done, and we did, and it was awesome. I loved it. Super good stuff. Yes, good job everyone. So yeah, everyone here. Andre, who was in the group until 2 years ago, wasn't in the group anymore last year because he wanted to do something else. We got him back this year, and he attracted quite a bit of attention with his character. Like, quite literally, his character wanted attention, and not a lot of people gave it to him. And the how do I explain his character? Mike. He was sort of the guy. There's a Dutch expression for it. Don't really know how to explain it. The dirty boy, and not dirty as in throws mud, but that one. Then we have Juliet, who played Jane, who she's a clean freak, so everything needs to be clean and organized. And she talked about pussies a couple of times. As in the vaginal area, not the cat. And we have Rita, played by Trudy, who... I'm going to explain all characters. Some of them I really don't know how to explain too well. Let's see. I'll go to Melissa Marie, who was one of the two, like, for Ilfir, played by Andre, and Marie, played by Melissa. We didn't have anyone at the start, so we had to get people. So we got Andre back in the group, and I just thought, how many girls around the age that we want do I know? And I was like, Melissa could do it. And I got Melissa, and she liked the group. The group liked her. We made it. She was in the group, and she loved it. Where's my... And not now. Kind of busy. And you have my really good friend Ashley here, who played two roles, one of which was Sarah, the angel, who didn't have many lines. She just had 2 lines for the entire show. One of 2 words and one of 4. But in a way, the way we were able to symbolize her entire story, because she was on stage quite a bit, we were able to symbolize her entire story, and then her, I guess, suicide in the end was sort of freedom for everyone, because a lot of the patients wanted to leave the place. But she was the only one who actually left. Not through the front door, but by committing suicide. She was dead. She didn't have to be there. She had freedom. So what we did was she jumped down. We had a song, the exit song from Radiohead, which really fit well. The music, it's just amazing with how the music worked with how we put it together and how it looked. Then we had halfway through the song, we had her stand up, actually slowly walk outside, everyone looking after her. This she didn't come back to life, but that symbolized her now being free. She's free from the cage that was the mental institution. So she walked away, and especially in the evening shows, so Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we had a good amount of lights inside the greenhouse. So we had one light far out into the field, one big light, and she walked straight towards that light, and that created such a beautiful image. So yeah, that was just superb, amazing. And Marie, the character Marie, her story's been going for the entire show with her father, and how she supposedly was raped by her father, but the father denies that. Whether it happened or not, who knows? That's up to you to decide, for those of you who've seen the show, because Marie says the father did it, the father says he did not. Marie may be crazy and has made it up, or the father's just lying. Up to the people who watch it to decide. We eventually, we had Marie and the father decide for themselves, had they done it. And Marie says, yeah, he did it. And the father said, no, I didn't. So that really made a nice contrast to make people think, wait, did it actually happen or not? Because it was stated, but never proven. But it made for a really interesting story, so. I loved it. It's amazing. Just stuff. Well, I'm at a loss for words. I've been talking for quite some time, but in a way I am at a loss for words. It's been an amazing journey, and I definitely love to do this show so much more. I definitely like a short break to get some sleep, to do some stuff. But it's really unfortunate that after 4 days, like I feel like we've just started to get going to already have to end everything. So that's the unfortunate thing about theater. It's so much fun to do. And the fact that I'm not really crying, I guess I may like later today or tomorrow. But the fact that I'm so sad about it being over already shows how much I loved the show. So I guess that's a good thing. But yeah, I would love to do the show quite a bit more with these people. So many people loved it. We had a lot of people on the Thursday and a lot of people on the Sunday, and a sold out crowd on the Friday and the Saturday. And the responses were just great. I'd say, especially on the Thursday, responses were like the biggest. The crowds were amazing on their own, like with their reactions and stuff, and how everything worked out. It was really funny. It was weird. It was awkward, and like we had so many emotions and possible things like intertwining. And yeah, that was super cool. And there's probably like after I stop recording this video, there's probably going to be a few things that I'm like, oh, I should have said that. Oh, I should have said that. I'm bound to make like a part two to this video, like talking about things that I want to talk about because it's over and things. As I said, I made a lot of backstage photos. Not for like the final 2 days because I was recording that angle, but I made a lot of backstage photos. A couple other people like made some backstage photos for me. They're gonna send them to me. I'm just gonna throw them all on Facebook, on my personal Facebook. So everyone who's not on my personal Facebook friend list, you won't really get to be able to see them. Although I guess I can select a few and I guess show them in like a video and record it with like Camtasia. I guess I can do that. I probably will, but not for now. Like I'll do that in a few weeks. But for those that are on my personal Facebook friends list, and people who are not, don't try to add me because if I don't know you in real life, I'm not gonna add you. But I'm gonna throw them all on there to have like this big album of photos that I made of how from the first day that we arrived at the greenhouse, the location to start rehearsing there, until the final day, how we went from being really cold in the evening to rehearsing the next morning and had to take clothes off because it was burning hot, to our, our designer really awkwardly hugging a sheep, to one of the actors' like 2-year-old daughter who I really like trying to give the sheep some grass and like having some fun with like bubbles. And it's been a great adventure, and I want to thank every one of you. And I'm going to read off a list. I know all of your names, but just in case I forget someone. So, Asli, Christian, Gregor, Jan Derek, Juliet, Reina, Tatjana, Tom, Trudy, Vilma, Andre, Melissa. It's been a pleasure working with all of you actors. It has been an amazing journey. Like our designer's girlfriend even called us professionals, which like we are officially in like an amateur group. Yori, like I guess as sort of a joke, called us semi-professionals at the beginning, but like to have someone who's like in the business, sort of, to call us professionals really makes us feel like this is great. Obviously, we didn't do it alone. We had a designer, we had a director, Yori, we had a designer, Tim, our assistant director, Isa, who did a lot of work as well. So I loved working together with all of you and the guys like who did the sound and stuff. Although Isa, in the end, did the sound during the shows, and she did really well in that. Steven, who did like the lights and some other technical stuff, and all the other volunteers who helped set everything up and prepare for things. I could thank so many people. It's been an amazing journey. I'm probably gonna make a part two of this video anyway. I'm gonna see you guys later. I'm gonna go sleep because I'm kind of tired. This beard is going off. I was planning to do it like right after the show, but I'm probably gonna do it tomorrow because I'm tired. So see you later. Bye.